And welcome into On the Mark when on the mic here, Elevation 5280 Sports. That's not our website anymore. It is reclinermedia.com. Mark Saxton, Michael Spill with you on this Monday morning as we had to change things around because of some prior obligations. And Mark was so mad that he lost his voice for a day.
Yeah.
Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm a little bit better. I'm glad it came back. I was whispering to everybody yesterday. I still have a little bit when I try and go up a little level. So I'm still not all the way back, but I'm able to at least talk.
Well, that's good. And so we have a lot to get into today. Obviously, it is wild card weekend in the NFL as we have a game tonight that is absolutely garbage right now between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. So we'll keep you updated throughout on the score of that one. So we'll get into those games here. Houston with a 7-6 lead right now in the second quarter. Yeah, snooze fest. So we'll get into what are you watching, and then I have some questions to throw out to Mark here about the NFL. We'll get into the new coaching carousel as well, as there's a few vacancies right now in the NFL. So we'll get into those, and then of course we'll get into our entertainment portion of the pod as well, and we'll spin the wheel review. But let's kick things off with what are you watching? Obviously, it is wild card weekend in the NFL, and as we start things off, that happened on Saturday. Saturday was a wild one, and it first kicked off with the Panthers almost upsetting the LA Rams. Panther, we finally got to see what Bryce Young was all about in the playoffs. Really, that game really did not disappoint. Rams barely escape with a 34-31 victory. What was your outlook on that game?
Yeah, that was crazy. I only got to watch the end of it because I was running errands and getting the house ready for what I was hoping to be a better evening. But no, it was crazy. I mean, props to the Panthers. They weren't. I thought they were going to punk out. They showed out. They played tough. They were moving the ball well. I was shocked that they made it that close. I mean, I'm saying close, but that was a winnable game. That was a very, very winnable game for the Panthers. And like I said, I thought they moved the ball well. The defense stifled the Rams at times, but ultimately wasn't able to hang on at the end of that fourth quarter. But yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, and so the Rams will move on. And the other Saturday game, the bad night that Mark was referring to, was, of course, the Bears beating the Green Bay Packers 31-27. This after being down 21-6 at halftime. And Denver's old friend Brandon McManus, I guess the field goal posts aren't wide enough for him anymore. So he he left 7 points out on the field. Once again, the Bears, I think, what are they calling them? The Cardiac Bears make another comeback happen, score 20-something points in the fourth quarter to win that game. 31-27. Bears obviously will move on. We talked about when the Bears came back and won in overtime a couple weeks ago, Mark, that, there was no Jordan Love. Jordan Love actually played a pretty incredible game in this one, coming back from concussion protocol and all that nonsense. But obviously, what was your overall reaction, your overall point? Is cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur. Is he official? Can we say he's officially on the hot seat? I know that some news came out today that said they're restructuring his deal or maybe making a new deal. Do you want to see him back in Green Bay?
To be honest, yeah, I wasn't happy with some of the play calls LaFleur had, especially in the end of the fourth quarter. But I don't, and this might be a hot take, especially from all the comments I've been reading. I don't think he deserves to be fired on the hot seat this season. Absolutely. I agree with that statement, but I don't think he deserves to be fired. Your field goal or your kicker, like you just said, left 7 points out there. There was a couple of key drop passes. Christian Watson dropped one. Jaden Reed dropped one. And all of a sudden, we're if they catch those, we either inside the 10 or inside the 20. And like you said, Love was slinging it. I mean, 323 yards, 4 tutties. Did not have a bad night at all. So I think with the injuries going in, Zach Tom not being there, that didn't help the line. Everybody wants to talk about Parsons. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, a huge loss, but that defense was not the reason why we lost the game. The offense being stifled in that third quarter, especially at the beginning of that fourth quarter, kept the defense out most of the second half. And the Bears do what the Bears do. I mean, I know I was running my mouth pretty bad on Saturday night, more from hurt feelings than anything else. But you got to tip your cap. They stuck in there. They took advantage where Green Bay was stifled. They capitalized where Green Bay messed up. Um, Ultimately, the Packers have no one to blame but themselves for the loss of that game. And like I said, I would like to see Halfley go, our defensive coordinator. I would like to see the Packers defensive coordinator go. I hate that soft zone coverage that the Bears took advantage of, especially in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams, in my opinion, this season not very accurate, but you give him a chance, he's going to end it. So when you have a soft zone coverage, kind of that give defense, that they're going to take that and they're going to take every inch. And it started with a couple of field goals, and they were able to build off of that. So I say LaFleur stays. Get a new defensive coordinator, um, and build upon what we got. Michael Parsons is coming back. Zach Tom will be coming back. Build up on that line and let the receivers heal. See what we can do.
Yeah, so once again, 31-27, McManus leads 7 points out on the field as 2 field goals missed and an extra point. So there's your. I mean, if he makes 2 of those kicks,
Yeah,
we would be having a different conversation. But there we go, 31-27. Bears move on. Sunday early game, we saw another kind of exciting game. I was pulling for the Jags in this one. Didn't come true. 27-24. Bills get their. How about this? Bills get their first playoff win mark since like January of 1992, which is absolutely insane to me. Josh Allen's first career road playoff win as a starting quarterback for the Bills, and they beat Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars 27-24. Bills will be moving on to Denver here on Saturday. And what was your kind of overall impression with that? Obviously, this is the second time we've seen Trevor Lawrence and the Jags now in the playoffs. Haven't really gone far. I know they beat the Chargers a couple years ago in the first round, but what do you make of the Jags and just in this game in general?
It sucked because I wanted I wanted both teams to go far. I hated the fact that they had to face each other right off the bat. I love T Law, love Josh Allen, but T Law kind of, I don't know, 3 tutties, 2 picks. The run game really wasn't. I mean, Etienne only had 67 yards, and he led the rushing in that area. So that I feel like they weren't doing what they normally do. So that was kind of off for me there. And I mean, Josh Allen didn't even really go out 273 yards and a tutty. So it was kind of weird. Um, it was a hard fought game though, and that's what I love to see. I was impressed all weekend with the amount of competitive football games that we got to witness a wild card weekend. So that one's up there too. I didn't want either one of them to lose, so I was kind of bummed either way.
I was pulling for the Jags because honestly, I'm sick of Josh Allen and the Bills. I know he chokes every year in the playoffs. Obviously, that statement's true because it's his first road win as the Buffalo Bills starting quarterback. So, just can't get that monkey off his back, I guess. Only thing he's winning at right now, Mark. I don't know if you've seen Haley Seinfeld, but good for him.
Good man.
Yeah. So I guess later afternoon game, it was the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles obviously coming into this game defending champions and pulling for San Francisco all the way in this one as the Eagles do fall 23-19. How about the first 4 games of the playoffs, Mark, all decided by 10 points or less combined, by the way. That's not just, yeah, that's crazy talk right there. So 49ers escape. They do get bad news as tight end George Kittle ruptured his Achilles, so he is obviously done for. So hope he gets a speedy recovery, healthy recovery. And don't know if you've seen his wife either, but he's still winning at life. So, by the way, speaking of podcasts, him and his wife now have a podcast, and it's pretty good. So
I'm gonna have to tune in.
It's called The Kittle Things.
Nice. You know? I love that.
Play off the it's the little things.
Right.
But yeah, I mean they've already had Peyton Manning on, Eli. I mean they've already had some big names on there, so helps.
Yeah, use that star power.
I was gonna say helps when your wife is banging and you're a tight end in the NFL.
That's it. If only we could have gotten so lucky.
I mean, it is a cool story though. They met like sophomore year when they were both at Iowa. Claire Kittle actually played basketball at Iowa, and obviously George Kittle was obviously a football player at Iowa. So there you go. Yeah, they met at Iowa.
I will say this though, real quick. I don't know if I'm the only one wondering it, or if you got a chance to tune into that game at all, Michael. But the last play of the game for the Eagles, and you're throwing it into triple coverage. I don't know whose call that was, or if that was just a bonehead decision on Hurts. I get you got to find Goddard. He was moving the ball well all night, but throwing into triple coverage to end it, it was just kind of disheartening. And then, because I was rooting for the Eagles, I hate the Niners. I'm always going to be bitter at the Niners, but AJ Brown running his mouth all year how he wanted the ball. They threw the ball to him a couple of times and a couple of wide open drops. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, and then the whole thing about him and Sirianni heated on the sideline. You heard Tom Brady on the broadcast say, it's the heat of the moment, it's passion or whatever. You heard Sirianni say, I love the dude. I was just trying to get him off the field so he could punt. And then you heard some of the media talking heads on TV say, you shouldn't be doing that. So who knows? AJ Brown, like you said, has been divaing all year, running his mouth, like you said. I don't know if I necessarily see him back in Philly next year. By the way, I don't know if this is a hot take. Does it just seem or look like to you that Jalen Hurts is just uninterested in playing football?
I think that's just his face.
I mean, it could be. It could be, but it just looks like he's so uninterested in playing.
Yeah. No, I've caught that a few times. I mean, I think the only time I really saw that he looked like he was having fun literally was when he was lifting the trophy. So I think that just might be him.
Yeah. So again, it could just be his personality, or like you said, he's got that resting bitch face for a guy. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so there you go. Sunday Night Football was absolutely terrible, and it was trash all the way around. And is it time, Mark? Is it time to say that Justin Herbert is overrated?
Hey, I'm running out of excuses for the guy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge Herbert fan. I love to watch, even though I hate Oregon, I love to watch him when he was playing in Oregon. But it's getting tough to defend anymore, and I was just going to talk about that. Less than 200 yards, not one tutty, and 19 of 31. That is despicable.
Didn't he only throw for like 93 yards?
159 only.
Oh, he got that much?
Yeah, but I think if we're being fair, I believe the majority was towards the end of the game where it kind of didn't matter anymore. They were just slinging it.
Well, I saw a stat that said the Chargers from, I think it was 5 minutes left in the second quarter to about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they had 0 passing yards in that time. Yeah, the Patriots defense were all. I mean, the Patriots didn't do much either, but they didn't need to. 16-3, as the Patriots will move on. So we'll have another NFC West matchup as the 49ers will take on the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll be interesting. So, or is that right?
I think you're right.
Yeah. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting how these next couple games play out. Once again, there's a game right now, still 7-6 at halftime between the Steelers and the Texans, and I don't know what's worse, the offenses or what's going on. Obviously, a defensive battle as it stands right now, and then obviously looking ahead to next week, it'll be a couple interesting matchups. Once again, the Bills will take on the Broncos. How about Bills opening up with on a 1.5-point favorite on the road against the number one seed? I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
under,
I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
understand
just
that.
I don't know if it's just disrespect to Denver or if it's just because Buffalo, I guess, has been there a few times, but have again choked every year. I don't know what it is.
I don't. I was honestly shocked when I just saw that. I mean, personally, the if you don't want to talk about anything else, let's talk about the Denver defense. I mean, that defense is absolutely stout, and to disrespect them like that, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that the Broncos should be on the lookout for the Bills by any means, but that defense in itself, I don't think they deserve to be a dog. Not after the year they put out.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens again. 1.5-point favorite on the road. That'll be on Saturday. The other Saturday game will be the 49ers and Seahawks, like we just mentioned. Very interesting game on Sunday. None of these times have been announced, by the way. The Rams will travel to Chicago to face the Bears. And then whoever wins the game tonight will head to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. So there is your kind of matchups as it looks right now. Mark, anything else on your watching list for the past week upcoming? What you got?
Just just the only thing I can cling to for right now. That's the hockey, and that's the NHL, and the Red Wings. My beloved Red Wings are in first as it stands right now, and that's what I got to hang on. I'm clinging onto it for dear life, Michael. I'm just that's what I need.
Yeah, that's sometimes that's all you can do is just to cling on what you got going on there. And
And by
yeah,
the way, the Red Wings are losing to the Hurricane right now, so that doesn't help the cause.
how about this since we last spoke that the Avalanche had only lost two regulation games so far, and then they go on a Florida road trip and lose actually back-to-back games in regulation to the defending champion Panthers and to the Tampa Bay Lightning. But then they go on to Ottawa and absolutely obliterate Ottawa 8-2, and then they go on and destroy Columbus 5-0. And so they are once again back on a roll as they face Toronto here in just a couple of moments. Puck drops. Very late one. I don't know why it's late. It's here in Denver, 8 o'clock, maybe because it's on ESPN or something.
That's
I
crazy.
don't
It's
know.
bedtime.
But yeah, there you go. As um yeah, they're still atop the Western Conference as it stands right now. 73 points, Mark, already.
Have a year. Have a year, why don't you? Yeah, Denver's or Colorado's looking good, so I don't it's gonna be a scary team. I feel like everything's gonna have to go through Colorado the more and more we watch.
I don't. I Because obviously, if they keep the pace they're at, they're going to win the President's Trophy, and that's been a jinx for like teams the last 20 years.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
if you're if you're hoping that they just blitz through the playoffs or blitz through the rest of the regular season and they win that President's Trophy, I don't know. Kind of scary.
I don't blame you. That is a one stat like superstitions are something that I tend to I wouldn't say that I'm diehard on them, but I'm obviously very wary of them. So, and that is one of them that I am afraid of. So yeah, that's one hell of a stat to pay attention to.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that. Another thing on my watch list, obviously, I've mentioned this a couple of times, and I don't really care about like viewership or anything like that, and that is the unrivaled women's 3-on-3 basketball league that is happening right now. Last year, we saw Last year we saw the Rose win the whole thing, so they're going for back-to-back champions. It's weird though because they won it last year and they literally only have one returning player to play on that team. It's really weird. But as it stands right now, the Rose are 3-0 so far in unrivaled play. The new team, the Youngins, the Breeze, featuring Kate Martin, Cameron Brink, Dominique from Seattle, the lady that can dunk, sit 2-1 right now. The Phantom 2-1, the Mist 2-1, the Laces are 1-1, Vinyl 1-2, and the Lunar Owls, they are struggling right now, 0-2, and the other brand new team, Mark, with my girl Sonia Citron, are 0-3 right now. The poor little beehive, struggling right now, just struggling just a bit. Your leaders right now, how about Chelsea Gray from the Las Vegas Aces? She plays for the Rose, almost 32 points per game. She's hit a couple game winners already. Just unbelievable. Marina Mabry, we know her from running her mouth during the WNBA season. She's at 27.5 points per game. She also leads the league in assists right now with 8 a game. Your girl Paige Becker's right behind her with 7 a game. 3-pointers made per game, Mark. Chelsea Gray at almost 5.5, which is
nice.
I mean, you do in this league, you get a lot of spacing. Obviously, it's 3-on-3. There's a lot more room out there. So you do think, and I mentioned Chelsea Gray. I said, 3 game winners? She's got 2 game winners. Brianna Stewart, 2 game winners as well. So just a couple of stats to throw out there. So, but personally, I think it's fun to watch. I don't care what the viewership numbers are. I really don't care. It's still fun to watch. It's basketball, and yeah, so unrivaled right now.
I like it.
Anything else on your watching list?
No, I need to take a breath. I need a minute.
How about not watching? Are you not watching anything?
Yeah, actually, Brooks Koepka in golf. Now here's the thing: they were kind of giving him a hard time about leaving Live and coming back to the PGA Tour. I don't understand the hate towards Live. Everybody's like, well, it's about tradition, it's about this and that. Now here don't get me wrong. A lot of great traditions, a lot of great memories with the PGA. Guys were trying to make more money, as everybody in this world, and they started hating on them. I don't understand why these guys got to jump through hoops. We they know they can golf. They can do these things. At extremely high levels, as they've all won more than one tournament and big championship in the PGA. So why are we doing this to these guys? Obviously people are going to watch them. They've proven that. They're going to bring the money and the sponsors. I don't know why the PGA Tour is still being so hard-nosed on it. The live is there to stay, it appears. So what are we doing?
I mean, does it? I don't even know how to do people really care that they bounce back and forth?
But yeah, the PGA is like super hard up, and there's fans out there that are like, the PGA is the only way, and I'm like, the problem is Liv came out being able to appeal. It was like that, like my the example I always use is, Liv is kind of the Happy Gilmore of golf, where they're just appealing to the younger crowd. They're getting more viewership.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Happy Gilmore too, especially. Seemed like it would be a place for some of the people, but yeah, it's crazy to, I guess, judge people for going back and forth. I mean, are they doing it for money? Are they doing it for viewership? What are they doing it for?
I'm definitely the money, for sure. I mean, that's basically what it boiled down to. Where the PGA, I believe, I mean, just like any other sport, but with golf, it's a little bit harder. They only get paid if they win, and obviously, I think you got to make like the top 20 to be able to make a living in it. So definitely doing it for the money. Where Live, I think they get more of a contract base, if I'm correct. So I get it.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens to your boy over there, and yeah, keep an eye on it as the season rolls along. So there you go. I don't really have nothing on my not watching. Did you see, by the way, our poor little boy John Morant the Memphis Grizzlies have finally announced that they're looking to trade him. And there was reports that they wanted to team him up with Anthony Edwards in Minnesota,
Oh no.
and you know those posts that they like propose a trade or whatever, and it says who says no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there's going to be no women left in Minnesota. They're all just going to move away, especially after recent events as well. So I don't know. Just don't go to Minnesota.
I just don't understand. I mean, is anybody going to really want that problem at this point? I think they waited too long to dish him. I don't know if anybody's going to want that issue.
Yeah, I mean, is his remember how people used to say, well, his talent outweighs what the problems or whatever. I don't think that's true at all anymore for
No,
John
agreed.
Morant. So
Agreed.
yeah, it is. It is. I think it's just him and Draymond Green need to go play in like a rec league for the I don't know, municipal state therapy hospital, something
What's
like that.
what league did Ricky Vaughn play in? That's from
Yeah,
Major League.
the West California Penal League. That's
There
where
you go. That's
give him the eater, Ricky. Yeah, so
I
that's
think they
where
got a spot there.
they might. I think you need a recommendation though, don't you?
I could put in a couple calls for him.
Does he? I mean, yeah. Does he have Charlie Sheen's number?
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
anybody can get it now.
We'll see. We shall see. All right, I want to play a little game with you. If you remember, I said, are these guys gonna win? Are these guys gonna win a championship? Just kind of threw out a bunch of random players. I'm gonna give you every team that's left in the not every team that's left, but every team in the NFL playoffs, whether they've lost or not. I'm gonna list a team, and you're gonna tell me which player, past, present, doesn't play for him anymore, but still in the league, which player for that franchise will get their number retired next.
Ooh, ooh.
Are you
All
ready?
right, see what I can do here.
The Houston Texans.
I just did JJ get his retired?
I don't think so.
I think he'd be, in my opinion, he should be next.
That's who I was thinking as well. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Aaron Rodgers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, Player wise, I mean, they've had so many over the years. It's kind of hard to narrow down, but the one that's really jumping out to me is Hines Ward, if that hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I was gonna say, let's see. I'm gonna say I was thinking of Ben Roethlisberger because I don't think they've retired his number yet.
I mean, he well deserved, definitely.
So I'm gonna go with Ben Roethlisberger on that one. All right, how about the LA Rams?
They've been a carousel. I don't even know who to.
I have one guy in mind, but
I think I don't know, man. Who you got?
Aaron Donald.
Easy pickings, and I missed him. Yep, that's easy pickings. Definitely deserves it. I
And
don't
I don't.
disagree with that at all.
I mean, and they might not retire his. And by retire his number, I mean maybe throw him up on their Ring of Fame or put them in their Team Hall of Fame, whatever you want to do. And the Rams have not retired his number yet. So,
Yeah, I think he deserves that.
All right, how about the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah. The Bills, man, they've had a bunch of players too. I'm gonna have to go ahead and did they kind of already did some love for DeMar Hamlin, right?
Yeah, but he's still I mean he's still playing, but
But yeah, to be honest with the Bills, I think I'm gonna have to go with Kelly. Honestly, Jim
Who?
Kelly did Jim Kelly they didn't retire his number, right?
That I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this guy still not doing anything. Yeah, they retired his number in 2001.
Okay, well, there you go. Other than that, I can't think of anybody really right now. Anyways,
I'm just gonna go out and say next person he retires probably gonna be Josh Allen, to tell you the truth.
probably, especially if he keeps. The only
Cho-
problem is he's got to get him there.
I was gonna say, yeah, he keeps choking the way he does. But
Right,
how about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
man.
Jaguars.
If it isn't T Law, if it's not Trevor Lawrence, I don't want it.
I mean, do you give Travis Hunter some time?
Yeah, he gives. Yeah, playing both sides of the ball and being able to play both sides of the ball at a high level. Yeah.
Has Mark have they retired Mark Brunell's number? Did he get a shot?
Ooh, you can pull that one out. I like that. Hey, I would love to see that.
I don't know if they. I mean, I don't know. No, they have not retired his number, but he is in their Ring of Fame
Good.
equivalent, which is called Pride of the Jaguars.
Like that.
There you go. All right, San Francisco 49ers.
Man, there's a plethora of guys to pick from there. I think honestly, shoot, who haven't? I mean, what was the? Let me ask this: What would? Can you look up? Do we, if we have time? When was the last? Who was the last jersey retired? Because that'll help gauge. Because there's a lot of years there, a lot of winning teams.
I'm going to say this though: the guy I had on my mind, and they have not retired his number. He is in the Hall of Fame, and he's also in the 49ers Ring of Fame or Hall of Fame, and that's Terrell Owens.
Yo, yeah, that'd be one. I was thinking more along the lines of Young or Montana. I didn't know if they had their retired jerseys or.
Yeah, this guy's still sleeping over here, so um I don't know. I mean, Steve Young has his number retired. Montana has his number retired. Ronnie Lott,
Ronnie Lott, of course.
bunch of old linemen. Jerry Rice, obviously, and Dwight
Yeah,
Clark. Those are the only ones.
those are the only ones. Well, I mean, shoot, you put numbers up like this man has. Maybe even Kittle, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe somewhere down the line, a McCaffrey. I don't know. I mean, if Brock Purdy goes on to win a championship, being Mister Irrelevant, um, you got to look down the line maybe for that as well. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles.
I mean, hey, call me crazy, but I'm giving it to Hurts all day. Deserves it with two Super Bowl championships under his belt and being able through all the diversity, never being the respected quarterback numbers wise. I'd give it to him.
Going Nick Foles. Just kidding.
I love that.
Um,
I love that pick. I love that pull coming off the bench and beating Tom Brady. Let's go.
I know. See that?
The old Philly special.
Yeah. Besides Jalen Hurts, really nobody. I mean, I would have said maybe like a Zach Ertz if he had stuck around, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I guess it's got to be maybe a Saquon. I don't know. He could have a. I mean, he's had two pretty good careers with the Giants and the Eagles. He's won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, maybe. All right, the San Diego / LA Chargers.
Yeah. Philip Rivers, right?
Gotta be right.
Gotta be Daddy Rivers,
Gotta be Papa Rivers. I would imagine if they haven't
right?
already. Maybe Keenan Allen, even though he's still playing. Been a long time. He had one one season with the Bears, and
Right.
Maybe should have stayed there, huh? But
Yeah. I mean, they had LT too, Gates. I mean,
yeah, and Gates is in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, besides that, I don't really. Let's see who the Chargers numbers are retired right now. Well, let's go through it. They have Dan Fouts,
oh
obviously.
yeah, oh yeah,
Lance Allworth, Junior
Randy.
Seau. Obviously, LT's number is retired by the Chargers.
Okay, good.
Kellen Winslow, not the murderer one.
The father.
Yes. And then Charlie Joyner, the wide receiver. So, yeah, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers retired. So, yeah, so Rivers or Gates, they got to be next in line.
If not both. I mean, I'd accept both at this point.
Yeah, maybe they'll do a joint ceremony. And then last but not least, at least right now, the New England Patriots. Have they retired Tom Brady's number, by the way?
Oh, that is. I want to say they should have. If they didn't, I mean that's a question right there.
Since I got to do everything. So yes. So here's a list of retired numbers by the Patriots. Tom Brady, so they have done his. Gino Cappelletti, the wide receiver, and was a kicker. Mike Haynes, the cornerback. Steve Nelson, the linebacker. John Hanna, a guard. Bruce Armstrong, a tackle. Jimmy Lee Hunt, the defensive tackle, and Bob D, the defensive end. So nobody's ever heard of except for Tom Brady on this list.
Wow.
So maybe after Brady, maybe can you go like maybe like a Adam Vinatieri or a. And again, this isn't just retired numbers. It can be Ring of Fame. It can be whatever you want. Vinatieri maybe, or a. I mean, they haven't really had like well-known wide receivers. Randy Moss had that really good year. Wes Welker was there for a while. Edelman.
Wes Welker, yeah.
Amendola.
Amendola.
Gronk, I would say, definitely has to be next. Even their coach now, Mike Vrabel. How about that?
Yeah, hey, he turned it around. He's turned it around for him, and Drake May all of a sudden might be the guy.
There you go. All right, how about the Seattle Seahawks?
Ooh, Marshawn.
I know what you're gonna say. I don't know if it can be Russell Wilson, but I mean, anyone from the Legion of Boom: Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas. Maybe they just like put the Legion of Boom up on their Ring of Fame or something like that.
Kind of like what the Vikings did with the Purple People Eaters, right?
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah, I like Marshawn.
Yeah, I mean, did he do enough? Did he stick around enough?
I mean,
he had the Beastquake. That alone should get your number retired.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, come on, Carroll, run the ball.
Right. Well, we forgot your favorite team. How about the Chicago Bears?
Ooh, the Bears. With their carousel of quarterbacks, man, they had it rough. Well, I think the last one they retired was Urlacher, right?
It had to have been. I was going to say Jay Cutler, but I mean, did you know, by the way, the Bears have the most Hall of Famers in the NFL?
Makes sense. I mean, well, hell, they go through enough of them.
All right, so here's all the numbers they have retired. Bronco Nagurski, George McAfee, George Hallis, obviously, Willie Gilmore, Walter Payton, obviously, Gale Sayers, obviously, Brian Piccolo, Sid Luckman, Dick Butkus, Bill Hewitt. It says 61 unspecified player. How the hell do you do that? Clyde Bulldog Turner, Red Grange, and of course, number 89, Hurricane Ditka.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Singletary's not on this list, but
I was just going to ask that. Yeah, where is Singletary on that list?
I mean, he wore number. I mean, you can only retire so many numbers, otherwise you're going to run out. But
true.
And he was a popular. He wore number 50. Urlacher wore 54. I would imagine. Yeah, Urlacher is in their Ring of Fame. Obviously, Singletary is in their Ring of Fame.
I mean, Devin Hester is coming next to mind.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So there you go. How about your team, your other team, the Green Bay Packers?
Oof. It's you gotta. I mean, Rodgers, right? I feel like that's easy pickings. It's right there. His whole career minus 3 years.
How about a guy like Mason Crosby
I
or
love it.
Jordy Nelson
Jordy,
or
the White Lightning, love that.
uh, Clay Matthews, maybe?
Yeah, Clay Matthews, AJ Hawk. I mean, it
Just
goes on and on. I think,
and
but I think that the number one.
Antonio Freeman
Oh yeah, absolutely.
is
I
his
think they
number
did put.
one.
I think they did put Freeman though in their little ring of honor.
So here they only have 6 numbers retired. By the way, Tony Concedo, he was a running back and a quarterback. Brett Favre, obviously. Don
Bart Starr,
Hudson, Bart Starr, Ray Nitschke, and Reggie White, obviously. So
R.I.P.
there you go. That's your Packers retired numbers.
Love that. Yeah, like I said, I would love to see any of those men. I definitely think Rogers deserves it. Hawk, Matthews, Donald Driver. I mean, right? I mean,
What about what happened to the one guy, the wide receiver, Jennings?
Jennings. Yeah, Jennings is another one.
So maybe. All right, keeping in the NFL, I'm going to name a team, and you tell me who their next coach is going to be.
Love it.
Are you ready? The Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, last week was just a complete dumpster fire. Last Monday, obviously, the Monday after the regular season is called Black Monday, is when a lot of coaches get fired. A lot of these, I mean, what the Ravens waited till what Thursday or Friday to dismiss Harbaugh, 18 years in Baltimore, and won a championship in 2012. But yeah, let's see. Baltimore, who do you think is going to be coaching them?
That's that. To be completely honest, I've been asking myself that since I heard of the firing. I can't believe they fired Harbaugh. I mean, all the injuries he's dealt with, and he's still been able to give you some success. Andrews dropping that ball last year, the kicker missing the field goal this year. I get it. You want to win. I just don't think that was the guy to fire. To be honest, I hate that you started with that one because I have no idea where they're gonna go after a Harbaugh release.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you got. I mean, is Lamar Jackson enticing enough? Is Derrick Henry enticing enough? You still got some decent players on defense. I don't know. Lamar Jackson is in that same category for me where Josh Allen is. Just cannot get it done in the playoffs. And maybe
Same.
this year will be another. Maybe this year will be another opportunity for Josh Allen to get that monkey off his back. But for some reason, Pete Carroll, his little gray head keeps popping in my mind for the Ravens. But
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I'm honestly surprised they pulled the plug on him as fast as they did. I thought at least he would have 2 to 3 years, because they didn't really change
Come on, you
much.
can't turn around the dumpster fire trash piss hole that is the Vegas Raiders. You can't turn that around in a
Not one
year.
year. No.
Especially, I mean, you don't hang on to him in case you get Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner from Indiana. Like,
Right. Right.
I don't know. Tom
And
Tom
to be
Tom
honest,
Brady Tom Brady was like, "See ya, Pete."
right, right. And to be honest, like everybody was kind of hating on Gino. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a horrible year. I'll agree, but he didn't have a bad year in Seattle. Just give him some help and some weapons, and look what he can do. And I mean, they even kind of tossed him aside like a dirty shirt.
There you go. All right. How about the New York Giants? Obviously, you're in New York. Um, you don't really have any competition there because the Jets are just as bad. And, they move on from Brian Dable in the middle of the season. And again, it's New York. It's probably like any other coaching vacancy in New York. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it. Harbaugh's name has been tied to this team so far. Um, who do you see about the Giants and I mean, is Jackson Dart enough? You'll get Malik Neighbors back next year.
To be honest, and this is just a hunch. I have no facts behind this, but I could see a Mike McDaniel going to the Giants, kind of a wild card move. He's kind of a wild card guy, and kind of getting that jump start off of Jackson Dart, Cam Scattaboo, like you said, Malik Neighbors. I can see him building off of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a I could see Harbaugh going there, staying kind of out east, big market, big city. For some reason, though, for the Oakland Raiders, I can see this is where I can see Mike McDaniel going. I don't think, just like his team, Mark, I don't think he likes cold weather. So I think he's going to stay where at least palm trees grow.
I can see that. I can see that.
I could see him literally walking out of like a casino at 2 a.m, on a Sunday when you have a game in like 12 hours.
With
I
his
could
vape in his
definitely,
hand.
yeah. Just his glasses on backwards or all crooked. I could just see it, wearing his cute little capri pants. I could see it.
Yeah, no, I mean it matches. It really does. It matches. I was thinking more roster. You were thinking more location. I think you might have nailed that one on the head.
Who do you got? Who do you got on the Raiders? I could
Oh
honestly
man,
like my wild card for the Raiders. I could see Harbaugh turning in like the cold
that's
weather and saying, you know what, let's go to Vegas. We have the #1 pick next year. Um, let's see what happens.
that's honestly, I was gonna throw that out there. I see Harbaugh either going to the Raiders or to the Cardinals. One, because of warmer weather. Two, the opportunity to be able to work with Tom Brady at that level. I bet you that's something that he could jump on. And then on the other side in Arizona, he has a chance to kind of restart it as he sees fit. As I think they're gonna part ways with Murray anyways.
Yeah, I don't see Murray staying there much longer. All right. How about the other piss hole that is the Cleveland Browns after getting
Oof.
rid of two-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski? You don't really know who the quarterback is. Is this new coach going to give or I almost said Deion Sanders? Is this new coach going to give is he going to
Mr.
give
Alamo Bowl.
yeah, is he going to give Shador a chance in Cleveland? Who do you see? They did Harbaugh. They did Harbaugh. I was going to say they did Harbaugh interview. They did interview Harbaugh, and that could just be, staying in the AFC North, whatever. But how about Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland's a mess. That's another one where I don't know even who they would turn to because that's another mess you're not going to clean up in inside a year. The coaches out there, what do you got? You got Raheem Morris, Brian Daboll, which I don't think Daboll belongs as a coordinator, to be just flat out honest. Like you said, you got Stefanski, you got Gannon out there. I mean, ultimately, I have no idea where they would turn or who they would turn to. Obviously, the ideal move would be Harbaugh, but I don't think Harbaugh wants that mess. I really don't know what the Browns are going to be able to do at all.
So far, they have interviewed Mike McDaniel earlier today, so I I don't know if McDaniel wants wants any of that smoke either.
No,
Yeah. So, all
that's
right,
tough.
the Tennessee Titans.
The Titans, they are just they are in so they're almost as bad as Cleveland. They're almost as bad. I could see them pulling a bonehead move and trying to get Dayball or Stefanski after watching them fail. Like I just feel like that organization cannot get out of its own way. And I don't think Cam Ward is a bad quarterback or the problem. I think they're just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, like you said, it's almost as bad as like Oakland or Cleveland. All right, all right, the Arizona Cardinals. I haven't seen anybody interview with them so far, but I mean, what's really attracting you to Arizona? Nice, I guess, warm weather. I like we both kind of said, Kyler Murray. Don't see him really sticking around. You don't really have much else. I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, I mean their defense isn't terrible. You can add pieces to make it a winner. I think to land a Harbaugh or something, on that level, they would need to like land a Joe Burrow or something to make that happen.
Yeah, exactly. The Atlanta Falcons, they get rid of Raheem Morris. They have already interviewed Mike McDaniel and John Harbaugh. So two kind of names there. And keep in mind also, we're not throwing names into the mix that are still coordinators right
Okay.
now. I know Vance Joseph did a couple virtual interviews. Uh, Evero, who was the Broncos defensive coordinator a couple years ago, he did an interview
That's happening with the
with the
Packers
Atlanta
did.
Falcons. Yeah, so um, Atlanta. What is attracting you to Atlanta? Matt Ryan is the new president of football operations, which is kind of crazy. Going kind of in a new direction, former player, and your quarterback is probably not going to be Kirk Cousins. I mean, are you sticking with the old young guy out there?
Big
Um,
questions.
yeah, I mean Kyle Pitts.
Bijan's a good reason to go. I think you can build a team around him.
I mean, you have Bijan and Kyle Pitts on your offense. Those are two pretty good pieces. Again, their quarterback is, I think, a big question right now, whether it's Penix or, again, I don't think it's going to be Kirk Cousins, but Falcons have already interviewed some big names. Nicer weather, humidity. I don't know if the weather's really attracting you there. They play indoors.
Yeah, the
They have,
dome.
they sell Chick-fil-A at the stadium, but Chick-fil-A's are closed on Sundays. Does that play a part?
Hey, nothing beats God's chicken, right?
Yeah, there you go. All right. The Miami Dolphins.
I, that's the third team. I think they need to start all the way over. Obviously, they're talking about Tua going. I say sell Tyreek, try and get everything in return, start all the way over. And as far as coaching goes, I don't even know what direction they would go as well. They're kind of up there along the Ravens for me, where it's like you had pieces, you have a couple of pieces, but ultimately, I think it's time for just a new, like kind of like what the Eagles a few years back did with Chip Kelly. I think they just need to do one of them.
Yeah. And some of the, I mean, does Robert Sala get another opportunity as a head coach in the league? Does Brian Flores get an opportunity in this league? Um, yeah, like we mentioned, Brian Dayball, he's still out there. Does Cliff Kingsbury get another chance in this
Go back to
league?
an offensive
And and,
coordinator.
uh, and isn't he the offensive coordinator right now for Washington anyway?
Yes,
And
he
then
is.
and then what about a guy that you used to love? I mean, does Mike McCarthy come back to coaching?
That would be interesting. I
Yeah,
mean,
he has sat out a year.
the only problem with Mike is, and I didn't even like hate him when he was the head coach of the Packers when he kept doing what he was doing in the playoffs. It's just he can't get over that hump of not playing. He's playing not to lose instead of trying to play to win. And I think if he can get over that, he has a hell of a shot.
Yeah, so um I mean, does Jimmy Schwartz come back into coaching?
Ooh, maybe.
Also, how about a team who didn't even make the playoffs? Matt Nagy getting some interest again from teams. We mentioned Brian Flores. I mean, oh, you know who else the Ravens and the Falcons interview was Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks at the present moment, a guy I went to high school with, by the way.
No kidding.
And his dad obviously was a Super Bowl winning coach, a Super Bowl winning coordinator, was John Elway's backup in the early 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator for the, that would be cool if he got a head coaching job. So there's some names out there, some coordinator names, obviously, who we haven't mentioned, but who's the defensive coordinator again for the Chiefs? Spagnola, right?
Yes. Yep. Spagnola.
Good old Spags is getting some interest from some teams. So
Yeah,
there you go.
and I always love seeing kind of how the coordinators get to move about, and it's always interesting to see what they do with the headset all on their own. So, like I said, Halfley's been been branching out. A couple of those other guys we just mentioned, and I think going back to Robert Saleh, I think he deserves. I don't think the Jets should have fired him. I don't think he was the problem at all. He put that defense together. The offense obviously needed help, but It's this is kind of the fun part for the football season.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on all of it. Obviously, stay tuned to our social medias for hirings, firings, and everything in between. So there you go. That is our little NFL games in the midst of the playoffs, and we're still waiting for one more team to make it to the divisional round. And again, it has been an absolute garbage game, garbage can game. It's still 7-6 Houston. Fourth quarter just started. So obviously your boy Aaron not doing much with that Steelers. You think that DK punch him out, Metcalf would have. I thought he was gonna come back with like a vengeance, like I'm ready to go, throw me the ball. I think he has like 2 catches.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I expected the same thing, and they just both offenses have been silent. Is it too cold over there? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it is an absolute trash can of a game. So we will see what happens in the next couple of moments as that game goes on. So there you go. As we move into our transition into our entertainment portion of the podcast, I know all the nerds out there. I'm even part of this group that was sad that there was no conformity gate, Mark. It didn't happen. This weird secret episode 9 of Stranger Things did not come out, although the 2-hour documentary on making season 5 came out today. And we also learned that they did not even have the finale written by the time they shot the first episode of season 5. So I don't know if that's a tell right there that they just kind of pencil whip the finale. But
checks out.
There you go. So are you going to watch that, by the way?
Yeah, I'm just at this point. I've granted there was a few things I wasn't happy with, in the finale, but ultimately loved the show in its entirety, loved the characters, loved the all the actors and actresses involved. So yeah, it's something I definitely want to watch when I get time, just to kind of get to know more and see more. But yeah, no, I mean that kind of proves what we were kind of talking about, where we were wondering if maybe a little bit was rushed towards the end, or maybe kind of just thrown in, and kind of a bummer. But like I said, I still absolutely love the show in its entirety. So,
well, there you go. We'll see what happens. I guess there's still time for a secret episode. According it, I saw a bunch of more posts. They're like, "No, it's coming out next week now." I'm like, "Are we still on
we're
this?
still doing this?"
Yeah, like, it's time to give it up. That's
and,
how it is.
And the Packers still have a chance at the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, it's time to move on, I guess.
Put it to bed.
All right. So last week's watching assignments, Mark was tasked to watch his favorite genre, The Haunting of Hill House. As part of the mini. So we both got miniseries picks, by the way. I had to watch HBO's The Pacific, kind of the sequel / almost simultaneously happening at the time. The Pacific, which is the sister of Band of Brothers. So I had to watch that. I will admit, Mark, I really only had time to watch the first episode. Was not able to watch the entire series, so I did watch the first episode. I know you said this should have just been a movie. This Haunting of Hill House. Did you at least enjoy Elliot from E.T. as the dad?
I did. That was kind of cool. A little bit of nostalgia there, but not gonna lie. When it first started, I was like, okay, so this is the Amityville horror. This is what this is exactly the kind of feeling that I got. Glad that it made a left turn though, threw in some plot twists with the red room, being I guess the stomach, if you will. I didn't really. I mean, it kept changing, and kind of like for each character, the twins were kind of interesting to me. I was at Nell and Luke, I believe. Yeah, I just wish it would have been a movie. I feel like they just kind of started throwing some of the stuff in there, and maybe like I said, it didn't start off too good for me, because I was like, all right, so the house is ready to kind of consume them, but I was like, oh, Amityville horror, but no, it was actually consuming them. So I was like, oh, okay. The crazy thing for me though was when Nell found out the ghost that was haunting her entire life was her. It was her hanging herself in that house. So that was crazy. That I'm not gonna lie, I was taken aback on that one. That one hit me out of left field. Um, but yeah, other than that, it was kind of like I said. I wish it would have more been a movie. I feel like I said, they threw a lot of stuff in there that, or maybe I don't understand. Maybe there was. I did look it up at the end. There was a book written as well, so maybe they were trying to stay true to that. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Even though horror is not my favorite, I have some better ones that that came to mind, some favorites, but this one didn't quite make the list, even though there were some good twists and turns.
Yeah, I haven't watched this since it like first came out, and then there was talks of a season 2, and a lot of people compared it to American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
Just kind of the whole, if they would have made a season 2, because season 1 of American Horror Stories was my favorite still to this day, which was the house one, and this was a house one. So if it made a left turn and started making more seasons, it would kind of just be playing off of American Horror Story, and they would have just called it a ripoff. So maybe that it was one season was probably maybe a good thing for this. But yeah, I remember it being very good, but haven't seen it in a while. But you describing it brought back some of those memories, and yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I doubt they're gonna make a second season after
Yeah,
what, like
I think it
8
was
years.
2018. Yeah.
So I'm giving up hope, just like Conformity Gate. All right, so I had to watch the Pacific, and like I said, it's kind of the sister series to Band of Brothers. It was the war being fought on the Pacific, and so let me get out my notes here. Yeah, so I couldn't even pronounce this name. Guadalcanal Lecky was the title of the first episode. It kind of introduced us to the brutal realities of the things going on in the Pacific. It was just absolutely wild. And this was the U.S. Marines, and primarily focusing on Robert Leckie. What I would have liked, Mark, is because we saw at the end of Band of Brothers, we saw Dick say, "I'm going to fight in the Pacific," after he could have like left the military. If he would have popped up in this series, it probably would have made it better. The episode opens with the Marines landing on Guadalcanal in 1942. So this is obviously World War II in operation. Initially met with little resistance, but again, nothing is easy in the war. As they push in the island, they face relentless heat, disease, and exhaustion, and the constant threat of the Japanese counterattacks. This episode kind of set the tone, I guess, for the Pacific as compared to other war series, if you will. It didn't really focus on like the combat part of it. Yeah, there was killing and shooting and whatever, but it did like more focus on like the atmosphere, or like the psychological strain of what the Japanese were throwing at them in the Pacific. Obviously, lingering, jungle, sudden bursts of violence, and the quiet. You finally fall asleep, and then it feels like a bunch of fireworks are being set off. So that's kind of what I threw together. And this first episode, just maybe I got to continue watching it, and it'll tell more of the story and stuff like that. But I do remember watching it, obviously, when it came out, because I was like, oh, this is going to be as good as Band of Brothers. And I remember being severely let down, Mark.
Yeah.
But again, maybe watch. That was probably 10 years ago. Band of Brothers, Mark, I watched 3 to 4 times a year.
Same. Fantastic.
Pacific, I've only watched once, like 10 years ago. And this is the second time, obviously. So maybe it'll grow on me if I watch it again. I plan to, and maybe it'll make this first episode kind of maybe a little better. But yeah, it just kind of, like I said, kind of just really showed more of the setting than it actually did like the fighting. So I don't know.
Question for you, because this is how I kind of felt, and I want to see if you felt the same. Because I'm the same as you. I watch Band of Brothers, like you said, 2 to 3 times a year. Love that miniseries. The Pacific, the first time I only watched it once as well. And the first time I watched it, obviously being severely let down, like you said, but I kind of kept watching each episode like, all right, is there going to be any time where it's going to kick off now where it's going to be as good as the other one? Did you ever feel that watching through those, if you can remember?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
If you while watching Pacific, you just ever kind of just sit there like, okay, at any moment it's going to kick off, and then you kind
Yeah.
of just drug through it like, oh.
Again, yeah, it's been 10 years since I've watched it all the way through, but I was like, I mean, when is Band of Brothers gonna happen? Like, when
Right,
is I was waiting for it in this first episode.
yeah, it was rough. I mean, like I said, I did watch it, and maybe I too should go back and rewatch it to see if it grows on me. But it took me a long time to watch it through the first time.
Yeah. And I was kind of looking to see where like people ranked it. And like even on IMDb, Mark, like they have Band of Brothers #1. You know where the Pacific is on this list?
It's got to be low.
Give it an old guess. Out of 35 miniseries they have ranked. Can you guess where the Pacific is?
I'm gonna guess 32.
Pretty close. It's 22 though.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I thought it would have been even worse. Yeah. See, it was so blah. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do, I guess? Well,
disappointing.
yeah, definitely. Again, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna keep watching it and see if it grows on me. By the way, I did finish Arrested Development. Just an update on that. It just got really weird. By the way, at the end,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
went.
I didn't like the last season.
Yeah, just spun a little out of control. It was fun though because they had Will Arnett and I keep hitting my hat here. That's why the whole thing is shaking. They had Will Arnett and oh, what is his name? Jason Bateman. Is that his name?
Yeah.
They had Will Arnett and Jason Bateman at the Golden Globes last night, and they were like presenting an award, and I forgot who was up there with them, but it was a funny back and forth. Like, aren't you tired of Jason Bateman's a lot to take? And Will Arnett was like, yeah, I mean, you're not for some people. So yeah, go watch that YouTube clip if you can. All right, it is now time to spin the wheel review to see what we are going to watch next week. So it better be better than the old Pacific, Mark, or I'm gonna be pissed.
Me, you both. I think you're first this time, sir.
Am I really?
I think so.
I'm just seeing how this. I guess it doesn't matter because it looks the same. All right, well, let's spin. Here we go. What? There's no sound anymore?
We've been robbed. They stole the sound.
That is crazy. Why would you steal the sound from us?
The secret wheel.
Oh, God. What is this?
I have no idea. This is history in the making, folks.
Secret wheel. Is there even a... Oh, my God. Is this it? Secret month wheel? Are you fucking kidding me? Well, what the... Friends month, Game of Thrones month, Lost month, The Walking Dead month. I don't know. Did you make this?
Somebody's getting fired.
Yeah, this guy. Well, let's see. I'm watching for a month. I guess this is kind of cool because now I don't have to spin next week. I guess. Is this how this works? Bastard.
I think that's cheating.
I don't know. What? Yeah, so I guess if it lands on something, we do not do a co-host pick. So I have a month to watch the entire series is the rules.
Hey, challenge accepted, right?
Like I said, I guess it's kind of cool. I don't have to spin for the next however long.
February 12th.
Yeah, see? It's a Valentine's Day gift. Thank you.
Here
we go.
Here you go.
I missed the sound. What the hell happened to the sound? And the applaud. Oh, ballers. Hell yeah.
What a show. What a pull.
Where is my... Here we go. Thank you.
What a pull.
Thank you. Ballers. I love ballers, by the way. All right. Well, I guess I'm watching Ballers for a month.
All right, let's see what movie I'm watching. What different movies I'll be watching the next 4 weeks.
Hey, if you get the secret month wheel, I mean, hey, we just got to break down what we've seen so far.
I mean, I'm not against it, but will I get that lucky? Probably not.
I want to know what the happened to the sound of this. This is really pissing me off.
Yeah, someone came into the studio and just stole the sound. That's wild.
You know what happened is they got rid of the sound when they entered the secret month wheel. Seriously,
so they stole the sound. They stole the sound and left us a secret month meal. That is crazy.
that's thieving at its finest. All right, here we go. Don't worry, I'll applaud. Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I get a TV show. Hey, it's not all bad. It's not all bad here.
TV show. All right, let's see what genre. Let's see what genre you got. That was not at all what I was expecting. That was not a drum roll.
No.
There we go. I feel like the sound made the entire... Oh, your favorite again?
Oh my. What did I do?
Here we go. Crowd loves it.
Well, somebody's got to.
All right. TV horror. TV horror. TV horror. I do not see TV horror. You might have got away with it.
Don't tell me they took the genre too.
I have not seen TV horror.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is a respin, and it's your fault. Let's respin it.
Oh boy.
Man, somebody who's getting fired is right.
For sure. We're having a meeting.
Marvel Madness.
Love it. Love it.
There you go. And again, people watching this later on the later podcast, if you will, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or we apologize because you're not able to watch it, but what can you do?
Hey, understand we are going through it right now.
Do we have a... I'm guessing it's superhero?
Yeah.
I guess.
No, that doesn't look right. Does it?
No. Because the Flash is not Marvel Madness.
No.
What did you do? Idiot. Well, do you want to spin this wheel or do you want to respin genres?
Let's respin genres because I want to. Hey, if I'm going to get a TV show, it's not very often. I got to take advantage.
This guy's an idiot. That's why, because we were spinning the movie wheel.
Oops.
That's why, because look at now, superhero lines up. Okay, so we got to respin it anyway.
That checks out. Watch it still land on horror.
Super. You might as well.
All right. It was meant to be.
You might as well have just spun that wheel earlier. Really. This is just a waste of 30 seconds. All right, here we go.
All right, Loki. Crowd loves it.
All right, so we got Loki, and I got a whole month of Ballers, Mark. So
that's a win.
Yeah, that's a win if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that's a win. Go to the convenience store and get yourself a scratcher or maybe a lottery ticket.
You know what? I got scratchers for Christmas. Still haven't scratched them.
That's where your $1 million is hiding right there.
By the way, speaking of millions of dollars that I'll never win, all I needed was 2 rebounds from Giannis Antetokounmpo last night, and I would have won. But it wasn't all loss. I cashed out for $84.
Hey, there you go.
So
Sometimes that cash out button's your friend.
I walked away with a profit of $74. So
it's a big win.
There you go. I'm not winning anything from this trash football game tonight. Can already guarantee that with having not watched any of it.
Right. Well, someone's got to score for us to make money, right?
Houston scored, by the way. It is 17-6 now.
Uh-oh.
So let me ask you this too before we get out of here. What's Aaron Rodgers doing after this year?
I think he's done. I think this was his last shot. I will be shocked if he comes back, especially with everything that's going to be up in the air in Pittsburgh. So I'll be shocked. I think if he doesn't call it, I think he has a chance at kind of doing one of those shoulda, coulda, woulda, retired sooner kind of moments.
I mean, I guess he's going out in a playoff game rather than being just an absolute embarrassment in New York, I guess.
Right. Agreed.
So I don't know. Do you just see him walking away from the game forever? Can you see him being part of the game in some capacity later on? Or do you see him chilling with Jake Plummer in their mushroom tent somewhere?
Yeah, I see him going for the one-day contract in Green Bay to retire a Packer, and I don't see him coming back. I don't even see not announcing nothing.
Well, if he did announce like tomorrow, he'd already be better than Tony Romo. So I think we can. It
would be interesting to listen to him on Mother Ayahuasca talking to the crowd.
That would be crazy. That would be all right. If obviously Pittsburgh hangs on to lose this game, what's up with Tomlin? Is he staying?
Oof. He's one like Harbaugh. I mean, what can you do? I mean, he's done everything to throw. I mean, and not having a losing season since before the Bush administration. So I mean, what can you do?
I mean, Pittsburgh really they've had 3 head coaches in the last 40 years or something crazy. Because Bill Cowher was there for 20 something years.
Yep.
And who was before him?
It's before my time.
It's a well-known name though. I think his name was Dick. Can you do anything besides take our spin wheel sound away?
All reaction, no research, right?
Disgrace. Yeah, so Tomlin's been there for 18 seasons. 2007 this dude was hired. Bill Cowher, as we mentioned, he was there 92 to 06. So that's 14 seasons?
Yeah.
Chuck Noll, by the way, was before Bill Cowher. Yeah. And he was there for 22 seasons.
There it is.
Crazy.
Chuck Noll. I'm kicking myself for not remembering that.
They've only had 3 coaches since 1969. Put that into perspective.
Yeah. And if we're being fair, 4 Super Bowls in that span? 4 or 5?
Chuck Noll won 4 by himself. So
see. So then that means Cowher won 1 and Tomlin won 2, correct?
Tomlin only has 1.
1.
Cowher has 1.
I thought there was a couple there with Ben.
Well, they both won with Roethlisberger. No. Yeah. Right? I don't know.
Oh, it was like 04 or 05 when Ben came into the league, something like that.
Yeah, I mean they only have 2 in the 2000s. So one was Cowher and one was Tomlin.
Got it.
And then Chuck Noll won 4 by himself, all in the 70s.
Bradshaw.
Yeah. But that is going to do it for us here on the Mark, when on the mic, on reclinermedia.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all of our social medias: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on YouTube as well at Recliner Media. And go to our home base, reclinermedia.com, for all of your on-demand, that's the word I was thinking of earlier, on-demand podcast. Sorry if you're listening to it later, because you don't get to see all the joy, but you didn't miss the sound wheel. So
Fair enough.
You didn't even know it was spinning because there's no sound anymore. So that sucks. But yeah, go there. And once again, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And again, once again, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. This and multiple pods on the network, brought to you by Pikes Peak Sports Cards. Mark, any final thoughts before we run out of here?
If your team's still in there, hang on to it.
There you go. There you go. We'll be back next week to dissect the divisional round of the NFL playoffs before the conference championship weekend in a couple of weeks. And then we'll see who's going to the... Are you going to watch the stupid flag football game, by the way?
No, never do.
Stupid.
Yeah, they wasted that.
Yeah, big waste of everyone's time. Just like this no sound thing. Well, that is going to do it for us here on the pod. For Mark Saxton, I am Michael Spillane. We will talk to you next week.